John Hannafin. I'm 34 years old. I'm a painter from Westchester. I'm from here originally, and this is where my heart and passion is. I grew up drawing and painting as a kid, just like any other kid, as a hobby. Growing up, it was cartoons and caricatures of people and, comic book stuff. I thought about adding color to my drawings throughout my life because I've kind of drawn intermittently, and then as you develop as a person, you develop your soul and understanding of the world. I think that's partly reflected in the art, and then just painting, just doing it naturally. It's like your signature. Growing up here in Westchester, I have a feel for the voice of the town and the people here, so I definitely keep the audience in mind when I paint. I like to kind of imbue the paintings with the character. I want there to be like real form, but at the same time I also want it to have like an emotional and magical feel to it, whether it's adding stars and a moon or warping the perspective lines on the building, brighter colors. To keep things interesting, just painting, I need to mix up my subject matter personally, so that means both natural landscapes locally and man-made architecture, historic architecture locally. It's fun to be able to not limit what you're doing, but at the same time, I think my Westchester stuff is what I've become most comfortable painting and what I've become known for painting. Some days you want to get out in nature and just reflect and get outside the sounds of town, and other days it's nice to have that community and people walking by and saying hi. Then I've also taken trips around the country painting national parks, for the last 6 springs. Well, it's great to read about all your role models in the past, whether it's Van Gogh or Cezanne or N.C. Watt. And I have this FedEx thing that I've been collecting for years. It says Success Secrets. And it's just everything on my role models. I think it's important to study like success or successful people. People have done it before you, which gives you confidence that you can do it if you work hard enough. It's a great way to connect with other artists because, as an artist, a writer, or whatever, filmmaker, whatever you do, it's easy to isolate yourself and be, alone and lonely, so it's definitely important to connect with other artists, even different art forms, just to feel a sense of community. And online, there's both that and there's also learning a lot from them and seeing what they're doing right and trying different things. It's great that I was from here and able to be familiar. I want to paint what I know, and as far as the artist community, it has a long tradition, stemming from Chad's Ford with NC, Andrew, Jamie Wyatt, the Wyatt families. They kind of painted the American history, and so it has both, political and artistic history. And then currently, it's has a whole plethora of creative people, from musicians to painters, and I'm thrilled that I'm able to call some of those people friends, and I just want to, kind of follow in the footsteps of my role models from this area, and just, really represent the town, and a lot of people from around the world know what Chad's Ford looks like because of NC and Andrew Wyatt, and, if I could be part of that tradition in the least bit, I would be honored to do that, and just I love this town. I'm John Hannafin, and I'm a Westchester artist.